Ted Cruz decided to take a shot at Liz Cheney. Now, look, let's keep it in mind that we're talking about two individuals that we've got no love for. However, Liz Cheney wins in this story because she decided to respond to Ted Cruz in the best possible way. Cruz went on Hannity's show on Tuesday night. This is how it all started, and accused Cheney of having Trump derangement syndrome. Watch.
And I think she falls into the category of people who Donald Trump just broke, just shattered. And she is, you know, you and I are both old enough to have played pinball games. She is on tilt. Love them. She hates Donald Trump so much that it just has it has overridden everything in her system. Senator, she's lashing out at Trump, Senator, at Republicans, at everything, and she's become a Democrat. And it's sad to watch what has happened. It is Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome. Well, Liz Cheney did have a response to that. Liz Cheney is hitting back at Ted Cruz after he went on Fox last night and accused her of Trump derangement syndrome, saying she was broke by Trump. And then she responded with, Trump broke Ted Cruz. A real man would be defending his wife and his father and the Constitution. I like that answer. That was a good answer. And it did remind me of a fun exchange that Ted Cruz had on CNN. Let's watch.
Why don't you talk to the president the way you talk to my brother, Ted? You afraid of him? You think he'll smack you down at home?
Oh,
is that
yeah,
what it is?
I'm
like he shut you up in the primary?
You guys
not
are
the
really
Cuomos.
tough.
I'm talking about the president. My brother's not the president. I'm talking about the president, the one who called you a liar, the one who said your wife was ugly. That guy, you know, the guy now who you won't say anything about.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Look, Ted Cruz, I can't believe he's ever won re-election. So I hate to bring him back to this, but it goes to the incompetence of the Democratic Party. He called your wife ugly, man, and you licked his boots afterwards. There's no coming back from that. I mean, that's not being a beta. That's being an omega. Like it doesn't get any lower than that. So if I've got my Greek alphabet right. Look, Liz Cheney is a warmonger and a dyed-in-the-wool corporate Republican. In terms of policies, we got no love for her, zero. I don't know that I agree with her on a single policy, but I don't agree with Ted Cruz on a single policy either, right? And it's not like sometimes people are like, oh yeah, what are you guys supporting Liz Cheney? No, we hate Liz Cheney and we don't like her policies. Why are you supporting Ted Cruz? Well, he's better. Is he? Why is he better? No, he's a giant warmonger. He's totally corporate. He does whatever his donors want. In fact, the reason why he wound up licking Donald Trump's boots is because the Mercers were his top donors. They had given him $13 million in 2016, and they slammed a door in his face when he wouldn't endorse Trump. So then he went back and cried and pleaded and begged Donald Trump for mercy, and the Mercers for Mercers for mercy. That's a fun tongue twister. All right, and there he is, of course, my favorite picture in the whole wide world, phone banking for Trump, almost immediately after Trump had called his wife ugly. So in the spat between Liz Cheney and Ted Cruz and who got broken by Donald Trump, that's the easiest question in the world. We do a lot of polls. We will not do a poll on that. That is 100-0. Ted Cruz broken by Donald Trump, worse than almost any person alive.
And look, Ted Cruz gets the most negative attention for it because Trump made it so personal by attacking his father and his wife. But let's also be real about the fact that many Republican men have been unmanned by Donald Trump, right? Like the list goes on and on. I mean, I think Chris Christie is also a great example of that because while he's on his little book tour right now, and I suspect that there is some moneyed interests pushing Chris Christie out, convincing everyone in corporate media to have Chris Christie on their shows to bash Trump because I think they're getting ready for 2024. Look, if they think that Chris Christie is the man who's going to beat Donald Trump, that's hilarious. But nonetheless, I mean, think about how Chris Christie certainly licked Donald Trump's boots once it became very clear that Trump would win the Republican primary, continued working with him and sucking up to him, hoping that he would get a cabinet position. He didn't get a cabinet position, but nonetheless continued sucking up to him. And then now he's, trying to do this tough talk, criticizing Donald Trump. But it all seems so fake, so hollow, and more about his own political aspirations than anything else.
Yeah, it's really been the only upside of the Trump era, the exposing of the Republicans.
Mitt Romney.
All the Republican men, it turns out, were the weakest betas you've ever seen. I mean, Lindsey Graham, he's just a pathetic mess. I mean, just frantically racing between one boot and another of Donald Trump's. Which one should I lick first? Which one should I lick first? So he's the only one that rivals Cruz for how pathetic he is. But yeah, Mitt Romney, when he thought he was going to get the Secretary of State position, smiling like reek. Chris Christie, what a fraud. You know how easy Trump's going to beat him? He's just going to show videos of Chris Christie kissing his ass for 5 straight years and go, oh, now all of a sudden you want to run against me? And then he'll make fun of his wife and there are no bounds. He'll go after everything. And then eventually, once Christie's broken a second time, he'll go back to kissing Donald Trump's ass because Republican men are super weak. That's why they look for alpha males, because they're weak. So they think, oh, I need someone strong to hide under them. Oh. So that's all Jeff Sessions. They're all broken by Donald Trump. Losers, every single one of them.